hit record, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So welcome, and you guys, thank you so much for joining in to our Wednesday night opportunity call. We like to do this about twice a month just to introduce more people to this amazing business opportunity and our company. We're here today because we took a chance, right, on a post that we saw or a friend that we trusted, and we kind of ran with this opportunity, myself and my sister, Darnley, who was going to be leading this almost, I guess, over 7 years ago. And now we're top earners in the company, and we really want to share with you the why, the what, and how, you're going to be able to hear bits of our story and how our life changed. So let's go ahead and get started. So who is Plexus? You might be seeing your friend sharing about Plexus, maybe a pink drink, maybe the product that's changed their life. And at Plexus, our mission is to enhance the health, the happiness, and the wealth of those who support, promote, and use our Plexus products. We empower to really, help people everywhere enjoy healthy and happy, fulfilling lives. We have a really, exceptional compensation plan that just really sets the limit, or really sky's the limit with how much you can earn based off your work, your drive, just your passion, and especially when you start using our products and you share your, amazing results. So as part of this mission, our ambassadors have the opportunity to make money, and we're really, really proud of that. But even more, we have the opportunity to make a difference in people's lives that we really trust and that we really know and we love. And it's so funny, when I first started this, I wasn't sure where it was going to go, but when I showed up and I made that first post on social media or reached out to some friends, I realized I had something really, really exciting and something that people needed. So we have been a company for close to 13 years. We're based in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we have been open for business now in 5 countries. So we're in the United States, we're in Canada, Mexico, Australia, and New Zealand. So Plexus starts with changing your health, and eventually that changes your life. We love to use products that are, natural based, that fit a need that's out there in the community. And we, form our products to make sure that we're addressing some of the root issues of why people are feeling bad. So my story, is I am an ER nurse by trade. I worked in the emergency department for several years. And, I was just kind of feeling that burnout. I think a lot of people in the medical industry can relate to me. We have great days, we have bad days, but our burnout level is really, really high. And most of the time we find ourselves taking care of everyone else but us, or we find ourselves relying on coffee, vending machines. I remember, doctor's drawers that were full of just cupcakes and candy. It's like a really quick grab to buy, energy drinks. And me with Excedrin migraine because it had some caffeine in it, and I was always dehydrated because we don't want to drink too much water as nurses, especially ER nurses, because who knows when you're going to get to go to the bathroom. So I just found myself taking care of everyone else, kind of feeling that burnout. And I was looking for an extra way to bring in some side money. I wasn't looking to end my career as a nurse. I was just looking to pay off my $80,000 in student loan debt. So I saw a friend posting on social media, followed her for a good 5 months. And finally, I saw her post a paycheck that she was adding some extra income to her family. And I thought, what if I can make an extra $300 a month? What if I can make an extra $1,000 a month helping people with preventative health? And, during that time, I was watching our healthcare system change. I was watching more people coming into the ER for chronic conditions and more primary care issues. And I thought, what, if these people would just focus on preventative health, if there was more education on some of the root issues of inflammation, gut health, why their glucose levels weren't regulated, hormone, bad skin, like they would not have to seek emergency care. Their health wouldn't get to the level that they would have to seek emergency care. So I took that passion, I took the education that I had as a nurse and applied it to my Plexus business. And within 11 months, I hit a jewel rank in our company, which that brings in anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 a month. And in a year, I hit diamonds, which brings anywhere from, $20,000 and up. That was life-changing. And I was able to pay off $80,000 in student loan debt. And now I have been a diamond for 6 years in the company. About a year into my journey, I was able to stop working as a nurse and had my first baby. Now I have 2 children, and thankfully I've been able to raise them full-time, working at home on my term. And that time freedom is so important and needed when you are starting a family or raising a family, or being able to just put extra money into savings. But the need that we address specifically right now is 2 things. We really address financial illness. And I think we all seen that more than ever as after 2020, where people were just walking to work and they were completely fired or laid off, or their hours were cut, or their businesses were closed down. And we saw so many people turning towards home-based businesses or extra ways to make money, or people that were now, required to work from home, are now looking at direct sales as, well, maybe that is the way of the future. Maybe they had it right all along, right? So we really address, the financial illness and the stress that puts on people with our exceptional, highly paying compensation plan that really sets you up for that true residual income. And then we also address preventative health. I mean, we are over medicating people. We are over prescribing. We are kind of just covering up symptoms of what's causing people to feel bad. And at Plexus, our products really address that to make you feel better, to make you hopefully be able to, have your body regulated and not have to rely on something else to make you feel better. So, why is social media so big right now, especially with these companies? And it's honestly just the way of a new business. And again, we've seen that more than ever in 2020, that this is now the way to work a business, a way to add money in. From generation to generation, we're seeing more and more people pick up a home-based business and really, run with it. So I am going to turn it over to my sister, Donnelly Robinson, who is also Diamond in the company, and she's going to share a little bit of her story and some about our products and a little bit of our compensation plan of why it's amazing.
Hey guys, hope everyone's having a good night. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit more about, who we are as a company and, what our products are. So we are a gut health focused company. So you may have heard the term microbiome over the last couple of years, or gut health, and that is really what our products help with. That is really the core concept. If you take anything away from this about our products, is that our products focus on the gut. So we also have a kids nutrition line. We have an adult wellness line. And in those lines, you're going to find products that help with inflammation, plant-based omegas, with weight loss, with filling nutrition gaps. So we have, vitamins and minerals. You're also going to find that we have a plant-based skincare line, which is really great. It also has prebiotics. So falling in line with the microbiome research of the skin, these products are fantastic. We have tools for weight loss. We have protein sources that are clean. And we also have a really amazing immune support product that we just launched just a couple weeks ago. So we have found that over the years, that the gut and the brain are directly connected. And this, by healing the gut, we have found that you can help issues such as anxiety, depression, stress management. We also know that the gut is directly linked to the immune system. So 80% of your immune system can be derived from your gut. So that's really important these days. I know a lot of you are probably also looking for ways to support your immune system. We know that the gut is also linked to your overall energy levels, your weight loss, and your well-being. So it really matters when you decide to align with a company. Especially for me, I'm also a nurse, and I wanted to make sure that if I was going to be aligning with a company, that the company had really great core values, but also that the products were products that I'd actually want to take. Because believe it or not, there are companies where the distributors do not want to take the product. So for me and my family, we all use the products every single month. And I really think it's important to look at the products and the ingredients and know that they are going to make a dent into root issues. And root issues are the start of what makes you feel sick. And a lot of times when you go to the doctor, they say, oh, well, here's this Motrin for your pain. But what caused the pain to begin with? You know, where did that come from? These are the root issues that I'm talking about, you know, the issues that really cause your suffering to begin with. So as a company, we have found that by focusing on the gut, you can heal pretty much almost everything. And you'll hear some amazing stories. Not tonight, unfortunately, but you will hear amazing stories about, you know, just the different ailments that people have been able to get better from. So a little bit about me. I'm also a registered nurse, and I have been with Plexus for 7 years. And I came in just kind of like my sister, just needed some extra money, you know, working in the hospital, 12-hour shifts, being on call. Even with that, we had just very little financial margin. So for me, I saw this as a way to, for one, help people, but for two, be able to bring in a little bit more income for my family. And for me, what that looked like was my hope and my dream was to not work full time and to maybe just work part time. And what I found over several months, that I was able to do that, but then also Plexus turned into a full-time career for me and also for my husband, because the way that this compensation plan works is that you can come in on day one. So say you and your friends start at the same time, and you know, you get to decide how much you work, how little you work, where you work, when you work. You make your own schedule. You get to decide, how am I going to share these amazing life-changing products? Am I going to do it on social media? Am I going to do it in person? Am I going to, you know, share my own story, share other stories? And the great thing is this is an amazing creative outlet for you so that you can, you know, create this business and make it whatever you want. The other thing is that, you know, in this company, we have people who start and make over $1,000 in their first month. And we also have people that make over $40,000 in a month. So there is a huge amount of income to be made. And especially right now, as businesses go online, and they stay online, because they find that social selling is really one of the most productive and successful ways to, you know, put an amazing product into someone else's hands. And it takes out the middleman. You're not having to go to Whole Foods and Sprouts and talk to the salesperson that has very little training on this large array of products. You know, we get very specific training, especially with this team. We're very ingredient based, but to be able so that you can better help other people as well. So, you know, we found that obviously in the middle of a pandemic, people were looking for health solutions for their wellness, and also looking for ways to bring in additional income to their households. And I'm sure maybe that might be you as well, that you're, you know, what would an extra $500 a month, you know, do for your family? 1,000, 10,000. So I think Dave Ramsey was the one that said, you know, you do not need a second or third job. You need a home-based business. So I think that that's really important in considering, you know, where you're going to go from here and, you know, what that might look like financially. So we are just, you know, really proud of where we are as a company as far as being super gut health focused, and as well as being able to provide so many people with a steady income. Last year, the majority of people in this company, their income soared in the middle of a pandemic. So we have some amazing financial stories for you. But right now, I want to turn over to Janina Balan, who has an amazing story for you to hear.
Hey guys. Okay, so I'm really excited to be sharing tonight because as I was listening to both Laura and Donnelly talk, it kind of brought me back to the thoughts that I was having when I first started. And I know if you're watching this, number one, you're probably thinking, those are the select few that will make it to the top. Nobody else will. These are just like the 2 rock stars that have somehow climbed their way to the top. And secondly, you're probably like, gosh, I don't have that much product knowledge. I'm not a nurse. I don't know, you know, how I would be able to talk that way. So I probably wouldn't make it to where they're at. And so I'm here to tell you guys that neither one of those things are true, but that those are thoughts that I had as well. I've been with the company for 6.5 years now, which is crazy to think about. But when I first started, we were really struggling financially. I had just had a little boy. He was 4 months old at the time, and I was always exhausted. I didn't sleep because, you know, when you have a newborn, you don't sleep at all. And so I didn't even think that I needed these products because I was like, well, I'm pretty healthy. Like, I don't have diabetes. I don't have autoimmune issues. I don't have, you know, cholesterol issues, like all of these things that in my mind I thought were like major health issues. I was like, I don't really have those things, but I knew that I needed to do something different for my family financially because, you know, we weren't just struggling to where it was like making it paycheck to paycheck. It was struggling to the point of not being able to pay bills, not being able to put gas in the car, having to go to food pantries to put food on the table. And majority of the time, that food is not the healthiest. It's just, you know, whatever they can get. And you have to try to make meals out of that. And I was a nursing mom that was living off of like ramen noodles and macaroni and cheese. And so, you know, that's not me giving nutrients to my child. And I knew that I had to do something different because nobody else was going to change my financial situation except for me. So I started looking online at blogging and I was like, man, it's just going to take so long to invest all this time into blogging and putting myself out there. And I didn't have that time. And then also like couponing, and with couponing, you had to invest all this money to have all this inventory, so to speak, so that you could sell it. And I didn't have either of those things. I was working full time. And so Donna Lee came to me and was like, I just know that this is something that could change your family's future. And I had just enough belief to believe that I could make $100 extra a month. I was like, okay, if I can make $100 extra a month, I can buy some healthy groceries. And that was where my vision was at that time. And that was just where my belief was. I was like, I'm never going to make it to the top. I'm never going to make thousands of dollars or quit my job, but I have enough belief that I can make $100 a month. And so I joined just to make that extra $100 to $200. And you guys, within my first month, I blew that out of the water and made about 300. And then the second month it was 500. And for somebody who was literally calling Donna Lee, asking her how to make baby wipes because we didn't have the money to go buy them, that was mind blowing to make $500 a month. And so I like just caught the vision and the belief in what these products could do because I was feeling better. Kingston's colic was going down, and so he was sleeping better. I was sleeping better. I didn't even realize how bad I was feeling until I started taking the products. So I was like, okay, I'm sold. I can tell everybody else about these. And so I, within 11 months, made enough to quit my job. And that was huge because, you know, I didn't want to miss those milestones of going to the park and his first steps and his first words. And I wanted to be able to spend that time with my son because I never saw myself as somebody who would stay home, but something happens when you become a mom and all of a sudden your mindset shifts a little bit. And so, after that, I went through a really bad separation. I was married to an addict, and he unfortunately went to jail and rehab, and it just spiraled out of control. And at that time, I was about 3 years into my business, and I was able to leave that situation and better my life for myself and my son. And so that to me is the biggest blessing because I don't know where I would be. Like when I say I don't know where I'd be without Plexus, I don't know what our lives would be like. I don't know where I would be. And so our lives have completely transformed with Plexus. And then just this last year, I achieved the rank of Emerald, which again, as Laura and Donna Lee were saying, is about a 70,000 to 100,000 and up income. And you guys, coming from where I came from to doing that, I remember Donna Lee telling me she had 30 people on her team when she joined. And I was like, that's never going to happen. Like I can never get 30 people to join me. And you might be having a lot of those same thoughts. And now I have over 1,000, 1,500 people somewhere around there on my team. We added close to 1,000 people just last year to my team. And so it's mind blowing, you guys. And it's not just a couple people at the top making money. It's not just medical professionals or people who are great at sales. I'm just a mom who had a vision, had a why, and wanted to make a change for my family and didn't stop until that change happened. So I am a believer and I am here until they kick me out. All right, I'm going to send it back to Laura. Thank you, ladies, so much for having me on this call.
You're welcome. And like, I always get teary-eyed hearing stories, but this is what we do. Like, this is our work. We get to change people's lives. And, you know, what I love is like, you never know whose life you're going to change, right? Like, you know, Donna Lee met Janina, And then I got to meet Janina, and then Janina has an amazing team. We all get to meet. So the stories like that are just endless. That is like one of thousands of stories that are all unique and all authentic. And it's because they took a chance and they looked outside the box and they said, you know what if I can do this? And put all those negative thoughts and just hesitations aside, and they just went for it. And, you know, Janina has been able to change thousands of lives on her team. Donnelly has changed thousands of lives on, you know, her team. I have a huge team where thousands of lives have changed. So to end this, wrap it up here in the next 4 to 5 minutes, you might be thinking like, okay, maybe this is for me. Maybe I should just take a jump. Maybe I should get over myself, right? And be like, okay, I can do this. So you might be thinking, what do you do? So I just want to give you a quick rundown of actually how easy it is and how well equipped in the resources that you have. So you might, you know, have your friend posting or messaging you, being like, you should do this, or following up. Maybe this was like, okay, I'll jump on this call to hear some third-party, you know, resources. So basically, you're going to go to your friend's website, and you know, we have a promo code SAM2020 right now, where you're going to get 10% off of your welcome kit. We also have enrollment for $10, and that $10 is going to give you a website for a whole year, and that is $20 off. That's usually $39.95. So not only are you getting 10%, you're also getting, you're saving $20 off of your year enrollment. So when you go to your friend's website, you're going to get those discounts, but you're also going to get an extremely great discount on your welcome kit. And your welcome kit is a combo of products that is specific for you and your health goals, and your friend can help you determine what that is. And they're usually over $100, $150 off of retail. Some of them are over $200 off of retail, which are amazing. So those kits are going to be either $109 or $209, depending on how many products you want. If you want your family, I know there's one that's $209. That's like a family essential pack. And I think it's like $210 off of retail price, which is mind blowing. So you can either sell those products, use those products, whatever you want. But you buy your wellness kit, you sign up. When you sign up, you're going to get your own website. Okay, you're going to get your own website, your own ambassador number, and then you just get started. We always encourage you to, you know, think of some people you want to do this with. Try to grab 3 friends right away, because when you grab 3 friends, you are going to make over $300 in your first month, and that is our fast start to silver. Each month it changes depending on what extra bonuses we have. I believe it's $375 you make this month by grabbing 3 friends to do this with you within 30 days of your start date. So that is kind of our goal for you, because we want you to get that return of investment. We want you to get that money that you just invested in yourself for your health and your products. So think of 3 friends. You know, my sister was one, I think my aunt was one, and maybe one of my friends was one. And look, my sister's a diamond on the team now, so you never know, you know, who's gonna jump on this. Grab your 3 friends. Ask your friend that you signed up with to help you make your first post on social media. Be authentic, be exciting, say, hey, do this with me. This is the way of business, like, come on. And then you're gonna be plugged into awesome resources. We have a team community page. You get to invite your friends to hear stories on these calls. We have other calls that are just product-based calls. So you have tons of resources. You're never doing this by yourself. We help you every step of the way. We help you calculate your ranks based off, you know, how much money you wanna make. And sky is the limit with our company. So the last thing I want to say that kind of separates us from everything else out there is we have a rank where you can re-enter. It's called the Diamond Re-Entry Rank. So when you hit the rank of Diamond, you basically can go to your own website, you can sign yourself back up, and you can work this business all over again. So we have 3 double diamonds in our entire company. We have several double diamond families. My sister, myself, another diamond on our team, Adrienne Larson, we've all re-entered and doing it all over again. And that is where sky's the limit, because Plexus gives you 50% of their monthly income back in profit shares to every active ambassador. And when you're active, that just means your own products or maybe 1 to 2 customers a month. It's 100 PV, which is about $105 in sales. And what is really different is that can come from you, or it can come from someone going to your website. where a lot of companies require you to purchase every single month, even if you have sales coming in from other companies. And that's hard on people, especially if you're working really hard, but you might not need products that month, right? So as long as you have someone to cover that 100 PV, you're going to be commission qualified. You're going to be tapped in to make profit shares. You're going to be eligible for 15 or 20% commission. You get 5% override. Like, you get a lot of bonuses and commission every single month when you are in the game. And it is more fun to be in the game and working towards your financial future and security, because again, we can't rely on jobs anymore. We saw that, how quick that can turn with one signature or one, pandemic. So we have to rely on ourselves. We have to be in control of our future. And this is a great company to start with. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Get with the person that invited you. Definitely get on with the promotions this month. And we can't wait to welcome you to the team. And hopefully we can be sharing your story one day on these calls. Bye, guys.